I was this close to touching the fence, and then I read that it's an electric fence. So this whole little fair looking thing that I couldn't figure out what it was yesterday, we found out what it was. It's actually for Oktoberfest, a weekend festival in Germany, but it's in Germantown, so yeah. I got really hungry and I want to buy food. Hey, it's John from the future. I'm editing this and I realized that I wasn't completely honest with you, so I'm gonna be honest right now. I didn't just get really hungry, I got really sick. Like I was super dizzy, like every step I just felt like I was gonna fall over. Figured food might fix that, and that was why. I wasn't really hungry. We'd just eaten. I didn't feel good and I wanted to fix that, and I figured, okay. I only have my phone. I don't know what place is actually gonna accept Apple Pay. What do you think the chances are that we'll find a place that'll take Apple Pay? They take Apple Pay?
Yeah, we do.
Well, first place we went to actually had Apple Pay, which... You know, I don't know what it is about. Every time I go up to a cash register and I need to pay with Apple Pay, I always feel the need to ask, even though I know most places are going to take it. But I always ask. This is good. I don't know what's going on. As I'm sitting here editing this vlog, the sequence that you just watched was originally 4 minutes, but I cut it down to 2 minutes, and there's a reason for that, and I'm gonna talk about it right now. Before I start, I'm gonna preface this in saying that every person's process is a little bit different. It doesn't mean that whatever you're doing is right or wrong. That's a call you have to make for yourself and your videos. I want these videos to come off as authentic and as me as I can, and I found if I write out a script, I start losing my sense of self, and I feel like the authenticity of the video kind of fades away. So because of that, I treat this as a conversation. If you ever have a conversation with me in person, you'll know that I'll typically ramble and kind of get off track. For conversations, rambling is typically okay, but for videos, it's really not. Whenever I'm editing a video, I want to communicate whatever I'm trying to communicate as quickly and as efficiently as possible. A good example of this would be whenever you're reading a book, it's going to be comprised of chapters and paragraphs. And typically, if this is a traditional chapter, you're going to have like sentence 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Typically, sentence 1 and 5 are going to be what the information is based on, and sentences 2, 3, and 4 are going to be just examples of trying to help you understand whatever sentence 1 and sentence 5 is about. And in video, I try to get rid of sentence 2, 3, and 4 and just focus on sentence 1 and sentence 5. That way I'm not wasting your time and I'm not wasting my time. And because of that, it makes the video feel like it's progressing and it's not just sitting lull and getting really boring. And it gets the information to you as quickly as possible. Now, there's a million other things that go on to this, like when do you say something or when do you show something, and trying to decide what one you should do. But in short, whenever I'm editing things, I'll typically scrub through like a 2-minute clip of me talking, figure out what I'm trying to say or what different sound bites within that 2 minutes of rambling fits and helps establish and get to that point across, and I'll select those and cut everything else out. And a lot of times if it's a 2-minute clip, a lot of times it'll turn into like a 20 or 30-second clip, maybe, if I'm lucky. During that whole diatribe, I spent probably 5 minutes trying to figure out how to explain that to you and how to give you a good example. That's just poetic. Also, That last scene that you just saw, it was a 10-minute video clip that I shortened all the way. The bus behind you is that considered vintage or? It's been a couple hours and our office is positioned to where we're staring outside in a park. All that to be said, I finished what I needed to, so I'm back outside. And it's the first time that I've rode this neighborhood. There's a learning curve. I don't think that's a parking spot. Hi, buddy. Not sure why there are goats in the middle of nowhere on the side of a hill next to a river, but I think I'm gonna have to. I think this is gonna be my turnaround point, considering I only have 20% left of my battery, and I don't know if that's enough to get me home. I think this used to be an old factory, and they converted it to places for people to stay. It's basically a hotel right on the water. I just got home, but Savannah's home, and I think we're going back out. Do you remember the beginning of the video where I told you I figured out what the whole fair thing was? Well, we decided to come down here and the amount of drunk people here is it's pretty much what you would expect for a beer festival. We're walking home. Also, we got a to-go snack. There's no way I could go over that.